what this government does, I don't understand how people stand it. I just, I guess either A, some of the Republicans have no idea what's going on, or B, there is no B, and I see him in the.
Well, then that's probably no C. I was definitely going to go with C. I'm so disappointed there's not even a B.
No, because B was going to be something conciliatory, but there's no consolation, there's no explanation. It's heartless. It's absolutely frickin' heartless, just for the sake of rah-rah, I'm a Republican, and I'm never, ever, ever going to change my mind. Okay, look at this. Walter Reed. What's happening in Walter Reed? So the Washington Post reported that there was mold and mice and rats, and people weren't getting treatment. These are the veterans with missing limbs that came back injured and wounded from battle from Iraq and the senseless war we sent. Okay, you think it's a great war, right? And support the troops! I've heard it a billion times. Great. So then they got their limbs blown off, and they're in Walter Reed, and they get stuck in a ratty, literally, rundown hotel in Georgia, and then they don't even get their proper treatment. The new development is, okay, our military found out about it. What is their response? Is it to straighten out the situation? No. No, people must be punished. And who's going to get punished in this case? Was it the people running the hospital? Oh, no. Superiors can never be punished. It's never their fault. Whose fault is it? It's the troops. Get a load of what they've just done. They now have instituted automatic inspections at 6 in the morning for the troops staying in the hospital.
Who are wounded.
They make them get up in the middle of the morning at 6 a.m. for inspections. Oh, you know what this is? Very loud and clear. You want to report bad conditions? You want to report the fact that you're not getting treated when you're wounded? Well, you messed up. You shouldn't have done that. Now we're coming after you. You're going to get up at 6 every morning, which, by the way, did not exist before. This is not some regular military schedule or anything along those lines. And we're going to make you get up and, by the way, tell you you are no longer allowed to speak to any media. And they're moving them from that hotel to something inside the compound that the media cannot access. And if you speak to the media, there will be more consequences. So the last thing you want to do is actually treat what's happening. The number one thing you want to do is punish the people who are the victims. I mean, if that doesn't sicken you, there is something wrong with you. So I'm reading these stories and I think, look, every once in a while there's a sensational story. Okay, there's also mice and rats in Taco Bell in New York. Maybe it was just something that happened and it was a one-time occurrence, or maybe a several-time occurrence, but they're working on it and they didn't get to it in time. So you read further into the story. They did exit questionnaires for the wounded veterans coming out of Walter Reed. How many of them had trouble getting treated and trouble getting benefits and trouble getting what they needed after they were wounded? It wasn't 1%, it wasn't 10%, it wasn't 25%. It was 75%. This is not a small one-time occurrence. This is not something that happens to one or two people. 75% of the troops who were wounded, and some gravely so, said they did not get treated the way they needed it. So, look, make as many excuses as you want, Republicans. I mean, whatever gets you through the night so that you can stay on your team and put on your helmet on Sundays with the big R on it and root. I know Trent Lott was a cheerleader, George Bush was a cheerleader, and I know you guys love being cheerleaders and you got your pom-poms. Do whatever gets you through the night, but know that you are grotesquely wrong.
It's about priorities, and I mean that in a broader sense than we normally mean. The Republican Party has, and these guys are worse than any Republicans in my lifetime, certainly, but they don't care. They care about war, and they care about cutting taxes. And they'll spend $2 billion, a week in Iraq without batting an eyelash. That's the way things go. It's the cost of your security.
Yeah, it's war. We can always pay for war.
But the health care crisis in this country is so broad and so significant that it doesn't even they're not even willing to make allowance. I mean, $2 billion a week. I mean, you get rid. I'm thinking you throw $1 billion at Walter Reed, you could get rid of the mice.
All right, so you want to do this to the general American population. You do it all the time. I guess we've all gotten used to it. I'm not, my level of anger over it has not dissipated at all, but it has for a lot of people. And for Republicans, hey, that's the cost of doing business. That's what you do, man. You crush people's souls, and if a couple of them raise up and raise this thing, all right, then you pay them off, right? So that's how you do it. But then when you apply it to the troops, and look, guys, I mean, this isn't theoretical. I've seen the pictures, man. They're missing legs. They're missing arms. Some of them are missing half their skull. I mean, then you do it to these kids while you have the bumper sticker on your car that says support the troops. It gets to the point where you've gone beyond normal humanity. I don't know who I'm talking to anymore. I can't relate to you. You're not a normal human being that has emotions and feelings and logic, and that I can say, hey, can't you see this is a problem? No, you've become a robot that's like, I will do Republican no matter what. Look, and for us, it's not, how many times these Democrats are not our uncles and aunts, right? So when Sylvester Reyes, when they ask him, does he know the difference between the Shiites and the Sunnis, and now he's going to be heading the intelligence,
is heading
the intelligence committee in the House, and he's a Democrat, and he doesn't know the difference. That's unacceptable, man. You can't be the head of the intelligence committee in the House and not know a difference between a Shiite and a Sunni. You got to step aside. And it's not acceptable if he's a Democrat. It's not acceptable if he's a Republican. So when something like this happens, why must there be an automatic defense? Why must the troops be punished again while you put out the propaganda that all you do is support the troops? I know that it's tiring to keep saying I'm sick of it, and I know you're sick of being sick of it, but when is it going to change? When are these grotesque people going to stop doing what they're doing? How can we get them the hell out of office? I'm just tired of it.